I'll drop this wood off, and yes, we will finally go back out. So this is definitely, again, much like Black Desert Online. I feel like this is one of those games that I would enjoy playing the way that I want to play, which is, you know, going out, working on my trade skills, gathering stuff, maybe occasionally going and killing some mobs, but doing a lot of like crafting, grinding, if you will. But most people would be like, oh my god, I'm about to gouge my fucking eyes out. Alright, so now we can go back to where those frogs are, now that we know that we can still get our points from that. Damn it. Didn't even mean to do that. But, you know, hey, we've already started, so. I am going to start trying to focus, though, more. Oh, let's kill these bandits. They seem like bad people. Wild fire starter. Twisted fire starter. Damn it. I can never get out quite fast enough. Of course, my contacts are all bugging out, too. Oh, yeah. That's what I did do in come on, get out the horse. I did that in Black Desert. That worker management. Nothing is more exciting gameplay like worker management. I will say I hate the isometric stuff way less than I thought I was going to. And yes, that is a compliment. I'm definitely trying to focus on just the tier 2 stuff at the very least. Like instead of just stopping and grabbing everything, I would at least like to get the tier 2. But again, we're already seeing that, yes, in fact, you do want to gather lower tier stuff because to make the leather tier or the tier 3 armor, I still need the tier 2 leather. So again, I will be very interesting to see how that works out. Let's ditch the horse for now. That's the other reason I'm going to try not to gather all the junk, because it just ends up weighing us down so much. I feel like we're taking more damage than we did initially. I don't think that's actually true, but... And I figure killing these things at least will allow us to mix things up with some combat. Yeah, man, that whole node management system with the workers and everything was pretty damn cool. With Black Desert. It's a shame that the game is so, like, that was basically ruined by focusing on PvP and focusing on grinding. And apparently, like, everything I've heard about Black Desert Online, like, to make it even worse, apparently the PvP is very, very, very gear-based. A gear/level based. So if somebody has better gear than the other person, like, unless the person with really good gear is just, like, super bad, like, they're going to lose every time. I wish you could hear her. She's snoring. If I'm really quiet, you might be able to hear it. There it was. There it was again. You probably can't hear it. I can't move the mic to get it closer to her either. Because it's not even really a snore. It's like a whine. It's kind of sad and pathetic, but also kind of funny at the same time. I don't think I can, but if I could turn on the webcam audio as well, I would. Because then you'd probably be able to hear it. Hell, Sarah lives here and she's never heard her do it. It's just, I mean, I hear it because I'm out here with her all the time. And then if she comes out to try to catch her doing it, then she wakes up. I was going to say I need to keep an eye out for ore, but I don't think there's actually any ore out here. I don't think. Yes, no ore, and no whatever the hell that is. Come on. Oh, this resource is not present. Yes, thank you for not telling me what it is. But I'm pretty sure that's ore. I don't know why. I just like cutting down trees in particular in games is especially satisfying. Don't know why. Here's our toads. You can farm for sweet, sweet leather. EverQuest 1 had, like, in a very, very limited fashion, had that, like, kind of idea where, like, there was low-level materials that were still useful for higher-level characters, but for higher-level characters, they're more tedious, so they was more willing to play, like, buy it. So if you were new to the game, or making an alt on a new server or something like that, didn't have much money, it was a good way to make money. With, like, necromancers, every time the necromancer summoned a pet, they used bone chips, and bone chips dropped off of, like, any kind of skeleton-style mob. But there wasn't really, like, always a lot of those. Oh, that's low level. There wasn't a lot of, like... This guy's still over here. What is this dude doing? Sweet Lulu, the gentleman. But, anyway... It just wasn't necessarily very fun for them to have to farm it. Because usually they'd want to get, like, a ton of it, right? Because every single time they summon a pet, they'd have to go through another bone chip. And sometimes more than one bone chip. And especially in raids where you're, like, wiping over and over, stuff like that, you don't want to farm all these bone chips. So they would go to low-level zones and, like, offer to buy them from newbies. And I've always thought that that was one of the cooler aspects of the game, like, unintentional aspects of the game. And I'd like to see that happen because I felt like everything is way too tiered. Like, the old stuff becomes completely worthless after a set point. Which, like, on some level is okay. Like, you don't want to necessarily say, okay, well, you know, to make the super amazing hammer of Agaroth, you need, like, 5 of each tier of resource. That would just be kind of tedious. Or to make or even worse, to make something simple. Like, oh, you want to make a teacup? Well, then, you're going to have all these base materials. Kind of like with the flour in Elder Scrolls, right? Like how everything takes a ton of flour. Like, you don't want to farm that crap. Like, it's boring. But I wanted some kind of system that made it so that, you know, older resources, older zones, other, you know, things like that, and new players, like, they actually still brought some value to higher level players. And this could be a good way of doing that. Just that. We'll see how well it ends up working. Just barely made it out of there. I'm digging this bow for the AE for sure. We're definitely holding our own fairly well, which again, I have obviously nothing to compare it to. Of course, you know, not limited. I could always just switch to the sword. Not going to, but I could. We could also go like a gank build and focus it like entirely on damage with the bow. Run around killing people. But almost certainly won't be doing that. But, you know, theoretically we could do it. The Jimmy Blaze. Let's see. Oh. Again, I'd like killing the plant things. One, for the plants that they drop, because they drop the tier 3 stuff, but also just to get our experience with the bow and our experience with the leather, the gear. I don't know if your horse can be attacked. I think it can, because you'll notice when I get off the horse, it's got little bars over its head. I am assuming, oh, excuse me, I'm assuming that's a health bar. but I'm not 100% sure. I don't want rough logs. Don't want no rough logs. I also really like the idea of having, and I talked about this a little bit before, but where your regions are actually split up so that you don't just throw stuff in the auction house and it's available worldwide. I like having regional areas, and especially when it's built like this game is, where certain resources aren't readily available in all regions. So you're actually, you know, if you're a trader, you might want to, like, you know, farm a ton of materials in one side of the world, take it to the other and sell it for a bunch of money. And of course you have that risk of being like PvP'd on the way there and all that, which again, I generally have a fairly low opinion of MMO PvP. Like, I've never really played a PvP in an MMO where I didn't feel like it was kind of hackneyed. Even Guild Wars 2, which it was obviously like built around that. And I even played with a top tier PvP guild at the time, and it was fun, but it still felt like it still like it just didn't feel clean. I don't know if that's the right word. Somebody named Hillary for prison. They said they were back. I was like, well, were you banned? Well, obviously not banned, but maybe they got kicked for their name. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like I say, I know I've said this repeatedly, but I'm really gonna keep an eye on this game. I'm very curious to see what ends up happening, how many of these ideas end up working out. And I know like a lot of people compared this to RuneScape, but first of all, and yes, I know they fixed the graphics. Jolinar sent me like video and stuff, but man alive, it's still really, really bad. Like, this is not great. Now that I'm playing it, I will say playing it, it's far less visually offensive, if you will, than like from screenshots and video. But it's still very blah. I will say this, and this is one reason I don't like isometric, is I feel less immersed in the game, as nerdy as that is. Like, I don't feel immersed in the world at all, because I'm just, I guess, visually I'm so far away from my character. It's just like, you know, I'm playing a character, as opposed with normally MMOs, like I can feel like, this character is me. That doesn't happen as much these days, especially stuff like WoW, where you're just kind of blowing through to get to the next part. Elder Scrolls, even wasn't that like deep into it. I wasn't feeling all that immersed, but you know, it wasn't terrible. But here it's like, yeah, no, there's like literally zero immersion level for me, at least. Come on, there we go. I love watching that explosion in the AE going off, popping his buddy. Give me your silvers, scumbags. This is the police, or at least as far as you know it is. Yeah, there's still no reason to get the AE abilities yet. It's like the other one we can get instead of the Q, because we don't really fight groups that much. Hell yeah, give me that money. Here come the money. Money, 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 money. I forgot to use my speed thing, and I'm like, well, I don't want to waste it now because there's another snake right over there, but I was like, Jesus, it's taking forever. The speed one makes a huge difference. Like, you blow stuff up with that. Oh, I still haven't done the PvP in Elder Scrolls. And again, I don't really have a big love for MMO PvP at all. Yeah, especially when it is, like you say, when it's basically just not even PvP, it's just ganking. Which, yes, I know technically is still PvP, but you get what I'm saying, right? Where it's like not even a challenge. It's some person 20 levels higher than you, ganking you, like attacking you while you're at 20% health. Like, okay, like this. And of course, like the PvPers like, oh, well, this is like the open world, man. You gotta be more careful. It's like, I mean, I get that. I do. Like, and I will say this, like, yes, it definitely adds a little something to leveling. You're always like watching your back. And, you know, obviously if you're playing smart, you should make sure that you're not getting that low, right? Like if you're going to get into a fight that's going to be that close to killing you, maybe don't get into that fight at all, or have some potions ready to go. When normally, if you were a PvE, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You would just do it because you don't have to worry about somebody else trying to kill you and take your shit, or just kill you, just to be a dick. But most of the time, I just don't want to bother with it. I want to just go out and kill shit. But I will say, like, I mean, and again, I've dabbled with it, even outside of like WoW Battlegrounds. In Terra, my characters were on a PvP server, and I even made a character that was an outlaw. Like, I didn't play him a ton, but like I actually went out and I kept myself flagged, and I would like, you know, attack other players, and I mean, it was interesting. Like, even, you know, like, actually being the PK or, like, attacking people was interesting, but it wasn't, like, I didn't really feel any kind of satisfaction from killing players, though, because I'm like, most of the time, again, I was able to catch them off by surprise when they were busy attacking something else, so there wasn't any, like, a massive sense of accomplishment because I killed this person who was, like, half distracted by the mob beating on them and shit like that. Like, it just wasn't there. Snakes everywhere. Like those snakes. Like those dreams that you get where there's just snakes everywhere. I know I'm not the only one. Oh, you son. They're gonna be cute. Wow, that AE is pretty big. Like the AE was hitting this guy. $138. Let's see. Damn it. I was trying to like count how much damage I do normally. About to get toe up, especially with that haste bonus. I love watching it speed up. I don't know why, that's just incredibly satisfying. But I would rather, most MMOs, I would rather them say, okay, this is a PvP MMO with some PvE that we'll put a little bit of effort into but not really care about, or the opposite. Say this is a PvE MMO. We'll have some very bare bones basic PvP, but we're not going to put any real effort into it. We don't care about balance. And they need to stick to their guns. Because I'm well aware that a lot of players in games with no PvP at all, they'll say, oh, you know, give us some PvP. We don't care if it's unbalanced and stuff. Like, we just want to play it, blah, blah, blah. And then when they do that, you got to deal with forum posts. Oh, the PvP is not balanced at all. Like, even after people said they wouldn't care about it. I get that. But, like, you stand your ground, you know, make it public and obvious. Like, look, we are not going to balance this at all for PvP. You can go at it. It's going to be unbalanced. It's going to be broken. We don't care. But you guys begged for this, and we're throwing it in. Like, stuff like that, I'm fine with. But don't try well, we're going to appease both crowds. It's like, when you do that, then ain't nobody happy. And the problem is, like, games like this, I feel like this game, Albion Online, I really feel like their marketing, and I understand why they did it, because they want to make as much money as possible. But they really, like, they did the thing where they're like, oh, yeah, so you can play however you want. You want a PvP, you can do that. If you want a PvE, you can do that. It's like, well, that's not really true. Like, the PvE, like, is going to get you so far in this game, and that is not very far at all. Just getting rid of those tier 1 logs. I don't need them. We're about to have to head back though soon. I can pull the horse out, of course. Of course. Whoa. Die, frog. Oops, damn it. But yeah, like just like either do or don't. Like shit or get off the pot. Don't do this half-ass like, oh, our game's good for both. It's like just pick one. I don't really care which, but pick one. But then don't pretend that you're both. Right? Don't pretend that you're both. In this game, I feel like from what I saw, tried to do that. Like I feel like they tried to play it up. That, oh yeah, if you want to solo and PvE and craft, you can do that. And again, technically you can. But I mean, it's just like technically in World of Warcraft, you can level from 1 to 110 as a Pandarian by never leaving your starting zone. Would that be fun? No. Like people have done it. But it was, super boring, and it's not realistically, people aren't going to do that for fun. Because it takes forever. But I just really feel like they did that with this game, and it's a little annoying. Again, it's not uncommon, but that doesn't excuse it, right? Saying, well, other companies do it too is not really okay. I do feel like the developers have been a little bit more honest, because I was reading an AMA. Wow, this horse can actually carry quite a bit more. We were at like 110 weight, and it dropped us to 69%, lol. What is that? Oh, frog. I wish it would dismount. Well, I was going to say I wish it would dismount you when you clicked on something while you were riding. Like to attack it. It will do that for harvesting, but not for attacking. But now, actually, right as I said that, I was like, you know what? That would not be a good idea. Because if you're trying to escape from somebody and you accidentally click on a frog when you're trying to run and you dismount and it gets you killed, I'd be super pissed. So yeah, I can handle pressing A to dismount first. Yeah, the extra bar. I think that's his health bar. Alright, let's start heading back. This might be the last round of resource gathering for tonight. I should go to bed at a decent hour, because I went to bed at like 5 a.m. last night. It was ridiculous, because I'm a dumbass. It's like, yeah, I got to be at work at 9 o'clock. Let me go to bed at 5. That seems like something a smart person would do. This only slows them, right? Slows enemy is in a cone by 30%, while also slowing their attack speed. So it does slow their movement and attack, which is good. Yeah, and again, I don't know how long I'm going to play this game. At the very least, I absolutely want to get to the blue zones. No, we're in the blue zones. The yellow, I guess, where people can flag to attack us. So I definitely want to, at least, see what it's like, all that. I think the aura thing is interesting, by the way. The mount, where like the mount gives you extra carry as long as you stay within that aura for gathering. That's another smart idea. Oh, that's a cool effect. I just realized that. Like you can actually see the stars in the sky in the reflection of the pond. That's pretty neat. That's a cool effect. But yeah, I definitely at least want to see the yellow zones. I don't know if we'll get to the red, though. Probably not, honestly. But again, we'll take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Damn, I should have started heading back earlier. We're like way far out. I feel like we're chopping these trees down faster. Maybe that's just me. I wonder if that is affected by your tools or your skill, or again, I could just be seeing stuff. But I feel like as we've gotten skills, or as we've progressed, it's actually went up faster. Wait, so what quest were you trying to do, Jalinar, on Black Desert that you couldn't get done? Oh, where to find her to talk to. So you just like it's not like you couldn't kill the mob or whatever, you just couldn't find the NPC to talk to? That's the thing too, like I felt the quests in Black Desert were really boring. Like you kind of realize after a while that and it's been a while since I played, but I think it was almost literally exactly like you would get the exact same quest in different towns, but it was just given to you by different people. Like, and I'm not talking about, oh, it's like a thinly veiled attempt where you go, oh, this person wants you to go get 10 bear butts, and this one wants you to go get 10 bear paws. Like, if I remember right, it was like the exact same quest. Like, go get 10 bear paws. And then some other town would have you go get 10 bear paws. Like, that and the mobs themselves being so boring to fight. Like, they were so bland. And I am 100% over this whole, like, grouping up 10 enemies together and just kicking the shit out of them. Like, that was cool for a while, but now it's like, it's just so blah. And that's a shame, because the fighting system itself was pretty damn cool. And I feel like it was wasted on completely brain-dead mobs and endless grinding crap. But it's a Korean MMO, I know. That's like what they love to do for whatever reason. But I would just like to see a Western MMO with really good combat. Like, I can't think of one. Like, WoW's okay. Like, I think it's gotten better with a little bit of diversity. Like, the Disc Priest, I was, like, terrible at it. But the Disc Priest was really interesting. Like, that was a really, stressful, but also just really fun way to play. And definitely a different variation than anything I've played before. That, I think, is going to be a killer for... what is Brad McQuaid's new one that he's working on? Pantheon? I feel like that's going to be... I feel like the combat's going to be kind of lame. We'll see, though. I mean, that's one of those games that I'm absolutely... Like, I'm very, very skeptical about. Like, very skeptical. But I'm more than willing to give it a try. Like, I think there's a lot of nostalgic rose-tinted goggles circle jerking with EverQuest era stuff. Like, people looking way too hard at nostalgia about how quote-unquote fun some of that crap was. But I definitely think there are elements of those style of MMOs that could come back and still be successful. Like, I think... Because some people are like, oh, no, yeah, I hate people who can solo to max level. That's so dumb. It's like, okay, well, first of all, you could do that in EverQuest. It just wasn't, like, all that efficient. But, and technically, I guess, not every class could probably do it in a realistic time frame. But there was quite a few classes that could solo all the way to max. And, in fact, in some cases, like the Druid and Wizard, quad kiting could do it more efficiently than in a group. Especially if you consider wipes and stuff like that. But I think WoW screwed up in that sense, in my opinion. And obviously they didn't screw up too bad because they're making trillions of dollars a second. But I think they had the right idea that any class should be able to level solo and not make it like super boring. However, I think it should also be significantly slower than grouping. I think grouping should be better because you get more experience and better items. I think you should be encouraged to group. And I think WoW actually does the opposite. I feel like you're actually discouraged from grouping because a lot of time you actually level slower. And I think that's shitty / dumb. Okay, that's the tool shop. Sorry, it's dark, so it's even harder for me to see. That's the smelter, which we didn't get any ore. Come on. Nope. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? We didn't get any cloth? What? Oh, we only got the level tier 3 stuff. Interesting. Let's go... Well, we're close to overburden. We'll come back for that. This one is the... stones. That's right, stones. We didn't do any stones either. So is it just wood that's weighing us down? 153 birch logs. 72 flax. 42 thin hides. 36 rugged hides. Run! Alright, let's make some motherfucking planks. 153. That should get us some fame. Oh my god! Are you the guy who instantly turned 153 birch wood into 153 birch planks? Oh my god! Can I get your autograph? Alright, where is... There's my donkey. There's my ass! Can't find my ass with 2 hands and a flashlight. That's the other nice thing about growing up in the South. You hear all the Southern expressions. All right, so we do not want to turn it into thick leather. It's going to be funny if the one thing we're desperately needing the most of is tier 2 leather. Oh, so that was the flax. So we'll come back for that. Let's go ahead and go up here and make some stuff. Oh, I need to check this. I need to see what our rewards were, too. Because, like I said, I got a press copy, so I don't know what all I actually got. How dumb would it be if you could not solve the max level? Well, keep in mind, did you play... Jalinar, when did you start playing MMOs? Like, what was the first one? Because, like, you got to keep in mind... Sorry, I'm kind of stretching here. You got to keep in mind, too, and again, I'm not, like, even directly... meaning you, but like I know a lot of people didn't start playing until like WoW. But you gotta keep in mind, like the landscape of MMOs was totally different back when EverQuest and Anarchy Online and Dark Age of Camelot. Like the communities were a lot more focused. So everybody, to some extent, everybody knew everybody. That's not fully true, but especially once you get like near max level, everybody kind of knows everybody. So a reputation mattered, so it wasn't so much of a deal everybody being a total jackass in groups like they are in pickup runs, because you'll probably never see that person again. And even if you do, you won't remember their name because you've seen 200 different people since then. But with EverQuest and stuff like that, it was a lot different because there was no cross-server stuff, things like that. So I feel like the community was a lot different. And I'm not a very social person, which I realize is ridiculous to say. Both because I do YouTube and Twitch, and because I play MMOs all the time. I love MMOs. I realize how asinine that is, but yeah, like I loved it. Like, and I played on test server. Like I played on the EverQuest test server, and there were not many people on the test server, as you might imagine. And it was a very tight-knit community. And I hated production. In fact, I thought production was basically the version that the WoW community now. I was like, oh, production servers full of assholes and ninja looters. And, you know, to some extent, I think there were more assholes for sure on those servers, on production servers, than there were on test, because our community was really small. Like, really, like, probably, like, maybe 200-ish people. Can you imagine? Now think about this. Imagine playing WoW, and like there's 200 people at max level. Just think about that. And like there's no cross server or anything. So you're gonna learn like who's who. You might not be friends with everybody, or know these people that well, but you're gonna group with the same people over and over again, one way or the other. And I don't know. Like I would, to some extent, I would like to see a return of that. I would like to see a return to grouping, where people aren't like trying to actively avoid, you know, grouping with other people. Let's see how many experience I get for this. Fame. Yeah, 8 fame for that. 16. Okay. So I wanted to make sure it's like you were getting fame based on how much leather you use. Because if you were getting 8 fame for the hood and for the jacket, even though the jacket took twice as much stiff leather, I'd be like, screw that, I'm just going to make hoods. But it looks like it's pretty balanced as far as that goes. Let's go ahead. We don't have enough to make another mercenary jacket. So let's make another hood. Oh, man, how many more do we need to make? Which, I mean, I realize we haven't even made that much, but... nope, that's the wrong one. I will say, at first, this was like, oh, man, this freaking talent tree or whatever you want to call it is insane. But now that I've actually kind of looked at it a bit in depth and kind of had more time to look at it in detail, like, it makes a hell of a lot more sense now. It's not like overly convoluted or anything. Tool maker. Oh, that's right. It's over here is what we want. Oh, we need 80 more experience. And we'll be able to get credit for making the tier 3 stuff. Because we can't even, right? We can't make the journeyman stuff until we do this. Right, yeah, we can't make the journeyman stuff until we get this done. But we're close. We are quite close. So let's go sell. We'll put our stuff in the marketplace where it probably is not going to sell. I would love it to, but it's almost certainly not gonna. Kenny back. Oh, hey. Probably see, yeah. Oh, perfect. You can kind of see her head. Kitty, what are you doing? There you go. I love when cats lick, because they have that, like, coarse tongues. It's so adorable. Yes, people selling tons of hides and stuff. How much are these going for? So is that like 26? I'm going to guess it's 20 for the whole stack. I don't want to... I would find something that's cheap. Alright, so this has 2 silver. I'm going to guess... Oh, thank God, yes. See, I hate when and most MMOs do this, where somebody's selling a stack of stuff, and you have to buy the whole stack or not at all. So I guess that's why you actually put in sell orders instead of just throwing them on the auction house. You're actually putting in like 20 of them, and they can choose to buy 5 or 1 or however many they want. So the price listed is the price per. Good to know. I'm just kind of browsing to see what's on here. Again, I doubt anything is really selling very well. But hey, you never know. Never hurts to try to sell some stuff. This bow is a little bit better than normal. So we'll sell that for 80. Which again, I don't think you guys can actually buy it, but I don't know. How much money do we have? Like, relatively... I don't know. We have 311. Yeah, that's a bit much. That'd be a lot of money for an item that's not going to last forever. Forever young. Yeah, see, this is though... This... Oh, well, I guess I could actually like have said, okay, I want to sell all of my bows for this much. But fair enough. But I still wish it would remember. So this way, if I made a mercenary's hood that was standard quality, the next time I go in here to make a sell order, it should remember what I had it at before, I think. But no big deal. Again, I'm going to sell them fairly cheap because I just want them to move. So I can get money. Let's sell this as well. Lowest competing price, 90. See, it's got a lot of information here. I like that. We'll jump it up here. I don't typically like to undercut under other sellers, honestly. And it's one of the... It's, what do you call it? It's a Spanish prisoner problem. Or no, it's prisoner's dilemma type of thing. Where, okay, if everybody agreed not to undercut each other... everybody would do, like, all of the sellers would be better off, right? So if there were 5 of us and we said, oh, okay, we're going to sell bows for no less than 100 silver. Everybody agree, nobody undercut, everybody sell them for 100 silver. Everybody would be better off because we would all theoretically sell bows for the equally for more money. However, since you can't control them, if we say, okay, everybody, let's all sell our bows for 500 or 100 gold or silver, 100 silver. And 4 people do it, but 1 person sells theirs for 95 silver. That person who's selling it for 95 silver is going to profit because they broke away, right? They're going to sell and make a lot more money So you're actually punished by following the rules. See what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not making this thing. It's not some astute thing that I came up with. This prisoner's dilemma thing. I think prisoner's dilemma is the one I'm looking for. But anyway, you get the idea. Let's go back. We're going to this over here. Let's go grab. We need the cloth. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking, do I actually even want to make the higher tier stuff? Because if we are gonna work on making cloth items at some point, we need that tier 2 items, right? Because we can't just make the tier 3. We have to make at least enough of the tier 2 stuff to unlock tier 3. So we're actually gonna hold on to that for now. Let's throw this in here. Stack and sort. Let's quick equip. Oh, I bet it just takes maybe whatever's the best thing in here. Okay. I don't know why you would think that's what I was going for. But alright. Well, I can get rid of this too. I don't even know, wasting space. Let's go scrap this. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. But I'll say I actually am kind of like almost trying to convince myself not to stop playing, which is a good thing. I'm actually enjoying this so far. And again, I apologize ahead of time because I know this is not overly interesting to watch. Though at this point, I'm probably like not preaching to the choir, but kind of the opposite. Because if you're actually still watching this, that means you probably actually are, at least on some level, enjoying watching this style of gameplay. Again, at least on some level. Wait, what? Oh, so wait, there's 2 types? Oh, that's right. Never mind. I'm like trying to figure that out because I'm like, wait, both of these leathers are tier 3. That is the raw material, and that is the finished material. Duh. It's pretty obvious. Let's check our repair levels. This also, and maybe there is something here, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, I see. Because I was about to say, I wish there was some way to tell how damaged something is just by looking at it. But it looks like you can. So it looks like this yellow indicates it's around 40%. White indicates it's completely okay. Green, ironically, means it's at 58. That's kind of weird. Green, to me, means like 90%. But whatever. So there is a good, fast way to tell. That's good to know. Let's go repair some stuff. What was I doing? Oh, repair. I completely zonked out trying to read the chat. I've got to learn to multitask better. Holy crap. I'm so bad at it. Have you thought about making little videos to throw on YouTube to say, hey, I'm streaming? You know, I used to do that. I used to like throw like a video up on YouTube to say, hey, you know, I'm streaming. If you guys want to check it out. I didn't ever notice like a whole lot of like people coming in for that. Wow, this is actually fairly expensive. I kind of want to think maybe I should just make more of them. Nah, let's just repair them. Because if I make them, that's going to use resources that I could be using to focus on the stuff that I'm really trying to make. So I'll go ahead and just repair what needs to be repaired. But yeah, I may start doing that again, though. I feel like it wasn't helping much. But yeah, I'm definitely up to try it again. 96. Now see, this one's great. Okay, so maybe green just means anywhere between 50 and like 99%. And then yellow is probably like 30% to 49%. And then there's probably red, which is like close to 0. So this is all fine. 83, 95, 89, 92, 95. Okay, cool. Let's also check this. claim your rewards. Welcome to Albion. Your founder starter pack rewards can be claimed in the claim rewards menu and the settings menu. Cogwheel symbol in the top right. Remember that each pack can only be claimed once. That's not an issue. Claim, oh, there it is. Here you can claim your founder and referral rewards. Claimed rewards will be delivered to the character via mail. You only do this, okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm thinking maybe that's bugged out because again, I probably got a press copy, or I did get a press copy, which is probably flagged differently than the starter packs. So I probably don't get any kind of like benefit, which is fine by me. I mean, I didn't pay for it, so I don't need to get those extra benefits. I have no problem with that. But yeah, all right. So I think actually for the YouTube, I'm actually going to stop here. I'm gonna on the stream. I'm gonna do a little bit of testing. I'm sure people will be super interested in that. It's just I'm gonna be trying the chat. I'm gonna try putting the chat in and see how it looks. But you guys can let me know. And by you guys, I mean John R basically. But anyway, yeah, YouTube folks, definitely let me know what you're thinking of the series so far. Again, I am planning on definitely doing some more like fighting and what have you, killing mobs and all that. But we're kind of getting a decent amount of kills in anyway, I feel. Because we're killing the plant guys, we're killing the toads, we're working on our leather armor, so we make our leather armor better, our weapons better. But I definitely want to check the next tier of zone out. And again, we'll probably do a little bit of PvP, getting PvP'd, and actually going out on our own and flagging and trying it out, see how it works. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below on YouTube. And I will be streaming this, obviously, more often. So make sure to follow me on Twitch. The link to the Twitch stream should be in the description below the video. If it's not, check my YouTube About page. It'll be there. Or just go to twitch.tv/Vertigo Tea Party. But thanks you guys for watching. And Twitch, you guys might want to hang around just for a little bit. But otherwise, YouTube, I'll see you next time. Okay. I want to try putting the chat in here. So let me... And this shouldn't take long. I mean, you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. It's not going to be overly interesting. Alright, let me... First of all, I'm going to move this box. This is just me testing. I'm not actually getting... I'm not getting these things. I'm just testing. Come on. Yeah, that was kind of nice. I did get the collector's edition for Morrowind. I hate that, though. Was that happening before, by the way? I couldn't really tell. Where, like, it's cutting off. Oh, wait, the text is too big. The text is way too big. What the hell? Oh, that one's I'm never going to get. That's fine. See, that one works fine. Why is the font... I fixed the font earlier. Let me make that smaller. That's part of the problem there. Luckily, nobody subscribed. I don't think. Yeah, there we go. See, I like it like that. It's small. The sound isn't overly like in your face. Yeah, the font got bigger on this one too. Or maybe I just changed it and forgot. I don't know. By the way, bonus points if you actually recognize that noise. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was super fun watching you set up the extra light. Especially when I started to have that lag. Remember that? Like when I first started that... I don't... Actually, no. You missed the beginning of the WoW stream, I think. Like when I actually started the stream. But if you watch the VODs, like there was a lot of times where I kept getting a lot of lag. I did figure out what that was. It wasn't like not network lag, but like the frame rates were the frames were dropping. I did figure out what that was. My CPU was overheating. What was I doing? Oh, the chat. All right, so let me add the web page. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, but see, the problem, I mean, obviously I can move it here. Maximize it. All right, type a few things in chat. Obviously, the chat being on top of the game chat is not ideal. I can probably fiddle with that. I am definitely going to fiddle with that. Oh, gotta be a smartass. Alright. What's funny is the background color is supposed to be black, but it's like not. Like it's transparent. Let's just launch. Just kind of fiddling around with the tools here. Because ideally what I would like is for when the chat comes up, like there'll be a black background so that you can actually see the chat and have it just cover up this chat. You know, that's, even as I say that, it's kind of, it's a little sloppy. I could put it over the cat. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let me see if I can just hide the in-game chat, or at least make it much smaller. Damn it. I can click the move. Oh, that locks it. I do not want to lock it. Oh, that's just global. Oh shit, can I get my general chat back? Shit, I don't know. Well, We're just gonna see if there's a way to, like, just completely hide the chat completely. And I don't actually want to hide it completely, but auto ignore those guild invites. Yeah, as far as I can tell, I can't hide it completely. Actually, maybe... Well, now that I'm not hearing anything, it might just auto-hide on its own, so it shouldn't be a big deal. So in a second, I think it'll disappear. Yeah, I could... it's still a little tough to see. Why is it not, I still don't get why it's not just a black background. Because then, I mean, even the setting specifically, I mean, it's like shows that it's black, and like it sets that way. I don't get it. And there's not like a transparency option either. Well, apparently they did want to make it a pain in the ass. I guess that's not terrible. I kind of like that it's in place of the the in-game chat. Like it kind of fits. Yeah, I just like randomly clicked on the emote things. I might have to look at it. Or maybe the theme I've got picked won't, let's try that. Actually, let me change this too. There. I don't want to keep this, but, you can change it so it always keeps the messages, like it doesn't hide them eventually. I don't want to do that because I think that'll get a little bit too clunky. Which in an MMO, it's not a big deal because, again, normally I would have the chat over here anyway. So it actually might not be a bad idea just to leave it for now. Oh, wait, it still went away. What? Why did it go away? This thing seems, feels buggy to me. Because it specifically says, always show messages. Apparently it is trolling me. Oh god, this looks terrible. No, see, it's just not working. Like, it's not, like, I'm changing themes, and it's not doing anything. Like, I'm changing it, saving it, and then, like, nothing actually changes. I'm gonna try this. Alright, this should be horrible. Yeah, see? Something's not working. Because I just changed the, font. To be like really huge. Like huge font. And like, it's not doing anything. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Use the URL below. Exit browser source, game should just launch it, use window capture. I could, oh man. I could do this. This would be super ugly though. Oh my god. That's hideous. That's terrible. Jesus. Alright, maybe if I bring the font back to a halfway decent size. Yeah, I feel like this feature is not super well implemented. Like, because it, like, even though I changed it and saved it, like, I can't refresh that window for it to pick up the new settings. Like, I feel like I have to close it and then reopen it again. Wait, why is it showing that? That's weird. That is weird. What the hell? Just gonna delete it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna screw that. No, that's fine. I don't care about that. That's just my yeah. I mean, I didn't want it to show, but it wasn't like bad that it showed. I don't know why it did. That was super weird. Yeah, that was just the like the Steam Labs like dashboard. Yeah, this thing doesn't seem to work all that well. XSplit's browser source. I mean, the only thing that... Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on, wait, hold on. Wait, I don't think that works that way. Nope, it's still... I don't know. I might have to look that up. Another naked dude? Oh, there he is. A baby Gap. Okay. That could be terrible. I don't know what that is. I'd like to not think about it. Alright, well I gotta head out. Because I still gotta make some thumbnails for this. At least one thumbnail, because I want to upload the first part tomorrow since the game is just coming out. Kind of want to ride that wave. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of people watching this. Though I said the same thing about Secret World Legends. It actually had a somewhat decent amount of people watching that. For my channel, anyway. Like, even the last videos, around number 24 or so, were like 300-ish views. Which is definitely not bad for, one, an MMO, and two, for parts that far along. But anyway, yeah, I don't think there'll be a ton of people watching. But that's fine. I can live with that. And again, I probably won't be playing this that long anyway. Maybe, like, I mean, maybe just this week. I'm thinking probably until I might play. Wow, like it's funny too when somebody is like has their underwear that's almost flesh colored. I keep thinking like, oh man, that person actually is naked, and it's like, oh no, it's just their underwear is almost the same as their clothes. Oh, he has two characters, Baby Gap and Baby Gap. But yeah. Anyway, so I like I say, I'm definitely. I will say that like loading this game up today, or like preparing to load it up, I was like, you know, I'm afraid I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna play like 1, maybe 2 sessions and be bored with it. But actually, I liked it from what little we really played. I think all the naked people you see are like probably alts. Like, because I don't know how it works, but you can have multiple characters with premium accounts or something like that. And you can like use them as your mules and stuff, not literally, but because like that person, the naked dude, I think, the Baby Gap, and there's this other person here that's also named Baby Gap but with a P, and they were obviously trading stuff back and forth. So that's, you know, obviously like a mule or some shit. But anyway, for real though, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for helping me test this stuff. But yeah, I should almost certainly be streaming tomorrow unless I pass out. But I'll just shoot up some energy drinks. But anyway, see you tomorrow.